Hi, I'm John Stafford, and I'm an Eagle Scout. And this video is to show you the 5 most basic knots that every scout should know. These knots are the square knot, the bowline, the 2 half hitches, the tautline hitch, and the clove hitch. These knots are so important that they can help you in your everyday life. So get ready to learn these knots for your future. For this video, you will need a length of rope, about 2 feet long, for practicing. And you will also need a lug, or something to tie the hitches around. With these 2 tools, you will be able to learn and tie these 5 knots. Are you ready? This is the square knot. Now I'm going to show you how to tie the square knot. These are your 2 ends of your ropes. Now first you take the right and you put it over the left. And then you put this one under. It should look like this. Next, you take the left and you put it over the right. It should look like this. Next, you put the left under like this. It should look like this. Then the last step is to pull both the top ropes and the bottom ropes at the same time. It should look like this. This is the square knot. This is the bowline knot. Now I'm going to teach you how to tie the bowline knot. First you make a loop in the left side of the rope. It should look like this. The next step is to take this and take the right side of the rope and put it up through the loop that you made, like this. Now you take this end of the rope and you put it around this one. Now you go into the loop again and grab on to both the trail end and the tip of the rope that you just tied around this end. You went around and now you grab both of them through the loop. So again, now you grab the end of this side and this loop, and you grab this end and the bottom loop and pull. And you pull this one a little bit more. That is the bowline knot. Okay, let's review. First you make a loop, then you take this end of the rope and come up through this loop. Then you go around the other end and you come all the way around back to where you came from in this original loop. Then you go under this loop and grab these 2 ends, and you grab this end in the bottom loop and you pull. You may need to pull this end a little bit more than the others. And there you have it, the bowline knot. This is the bowline knot. This is 2 half hitches. This knot is to be tied around a log. In this demonstration, I will be using my lamp to represent the log. First, you wrap the rope around the log. The right side, in your right hand, will be the end of the rope. The left side will have a long rope attached to it. First, you wrap the rope around the log. The right side, in your right hand, will be the end of the rope. The left side will have a long rope attached to it. You place the right over the left, the short on top of the long. You should have formed a D. Now at this point, you want to make sure you have plenty of slack. Now you take the end of your rope and you put it under through the D, like so. Then you twist it so it's facing upright. Then you tighten and make a smaller D, right over left, short over long. And then you take the short and put it under through the D, as you did before. Then you pull both ends and tighten. This is the 2 half hitches. Okay, let's review. First, you take the short end and put it over the long end, right over left. Then you give yourself plenty of slack. You should have formed a D. Then you take the short end and you come up through the D and twist so it's perpendicular to this rope. And you tighten a little bit and you make a smaller D. And then you come up through the D as you did before. Then you tighten. And there's the 2 half hitches. This is the tautline hitch. This knot starts with the left side being long and the right side being shorter, but you do need a little bit of slack. First, you make a D. This D is formed with the right side over the left side, the short side over the long side. First, you go around the D and through the D. It should look like this. Now, you take the end of the rope and you go around the D again and through the loop. Now you pull it tight, not all the way, just a little bit, and make a second D right over left. It should look like this. Now you take the right short side and put it again over and through the D to make the third loop. Let's review. First, you pull a lot of slack. Then you take the short side and put it over the long side, right over left. Then you go underneath and pull through the D to make the first loop. Now notice up to this point is the same as 2 half hitches. Then, this is where the change is. You make a second loop in the first D. Right over left, and then you go under through the D. Then you make the second D, and you go under through the D again. And when you pull tight, you have the tautline hitch. This is the tautline hitch. This is the clove hitch. This is a knot to be tied around a log. First, you put the rope under the log, as shown. First, you take the right side and drape it over the log. Then you take the left side and drape it over the right side and over the log. This makes an X. Now take the rope from the right and put it under the log. Now you take the side that you just put under and go through the X. Then you pull tight. It should look kind of like an H. Let's review. First, you take the right side and put it over the log. Then you take the left side and put it over the log. Now you take the new right side and put it under the log. Back to where it came from. Now you take it and you put it under itself and under the other rope. It should look like it's going through the X. Then you pull tight and it should look like an H. You see two ropes going in either direction and then the original rope going over top of it. This is the clove hitch. Now wasn't that fun? I hope you learned a lot in this video, and if you need more help you could always watch it again. Now go home and practice so you can get ahead of the game and be prepared.